friends, welcome to my channel Career Talks. So in today's video of day 4, I'll be explaining about creating the objects in the app, what I have explained you in the last day 3. So today we are building the objects, and I'm making you comfortable with the difference, what you mean by a standard object, custom object, how we are going to create all those objects. So after you log into your developer org with the login.salesforce.com, and you give your credentials of the one which you have already created, right? So that you give it here. I think I didn't save that. Well, that's fine. We'll see. So every time, whatever the practice you do, you try to do it from here. So So do you try to log in with your developer credentials? And after you log in, so as today's video we discuss about creating the objects. Remember in day 3 we have already created one application for the Dublin City University, right? So you will try to open that application. So what are the coming works and all the assignments that I'm doing for this project only for this application. So when you open this application, so we have created the app. Now it's a time to create the object as well. So just when you click on this gear icon here and you click on the setup, so it is going to open you with a home and other tab called a object manager. So when you click on this tab object manager, here you can see all the list of objects already created in your developer org. So in my org, you can see these are all standard objects, right? So you can see the list here. These are all mentioned as a standard, and few you can see here as custom object. So what do you mean by the difference between standard and custom object? Standard object is an object already created by the Salesforce for us. So yes, definitely any application can use that standard object. But coming to the custom object, that is the one created by us. So when you see, even with the naming conventions as well, whatever the name they are giving, so you can see here example, if this is a standard object, email message, but when you see custom object, employee __ C. So whenever you see the API name, so just call the API name, we say that. So when it is appended at the end with __ C, that means it's an custom object. If it is not, then it is a standard object. So why you need all these objects? Because as we are developing an application, wherein when you get the requirements, we'll be pressing the requirements and we are designing it. So when you are designing any application, there is a need of you defining the database design. So database design can be done with the help of finalizing the objects. What objects I need to create and what custom standard objects I can use already if I don't have, then what are the objects I need to create. Those all things that we need to take care while you are reviewing the database design with Salesforce architects. So this is the type difference for the standard and custom, and yes, theoretically for the interview questions you can just refer and here for this application, like for the university, I think means whatever the design, definitely it revolves around for any university. It will be something like the student, or you can have an object called lecturer. So for the universities, we talk about these types of objects, right? What are the subjects they have, or yes, it goes on like based on the requirements. So like this, we need to finalize the design and we have to create an object. So here just I want to show you about how you are going to create an object. So here you have the button called a create, because already you have a standard, no need of we creating the standard. But when you say create here, when you click on this, here we have a standard or custom object. You click on that link. Also, we have custom object from spreadsheet. That means just we need to take one Excel, and what are all the details it need to fill, that we need to fill it. And it is a process of creating so many objects at a time. And if you want to create only one object at a time, then we can go for here new custom object, wherein here we need to give all the details of how the like what is the object name and all things. So object here, so you can say like example, we have created Solent DCU. For the university we are creating a project. So here I think student already in my org I have it. Okay, so let me create with the appending with the DC uses. I want to create. If you already have, you can use it. But because I want to give you guys to show you how we can create our create an object. So this is a label. Think that I'm creating DCU student as an object, and DCU students is a plural form for that. Okay, account is a standard object, accounts is a plural form for that. And what is the object name? Why you are creating means you can say that this object is created for the so and so application. Okay, for us to make remembrance for why we have created for the DCU application. Okay, so and after you creating a description writing and all, you keep it as it is, some standard things. And here for any object, we have some record name, because when you say object, that means it has the data in it. So how the data will be? The data will be in form of records. Every time when you save the data, it is saving in form of record 1, 2, 3, like that. It is automatically getting saved in the Salesforce. So here it is asking you what is the label I want to give you. I don't want to give here DC. Okay, just I want to give the student name, wherein it will, this is a standard text field will be created for you for that object. Fine. So everything I think it's good. So just we have to check everything is given correct or not. And yeah, it's of a type of text, or of it's an auto number. Maybe you want the name to be 001, 002 in terms of auto number, or you want to, it would be in form of a string. You can keep this. And if you want to say allow reports, that means we can pull up the data from this object. But if you don't allow this, then yeah, you're going to get an error whenever you in any report if you try to access this object. So better you keep it allow. Okay, and track field history, because in every object we have fields. Like example, if you create a student object, one field will be student name, one field will be student roll number. So like this, you have different fields. So when you say track field history, so when you are deleting any field or modifying the field, so this history will be can be tracked here when you click on this. And allow in shorter groups, like this, something like we can create all this. And it's a deployed. And yeah, in allow search also it's needed. And it is asking you whether you want to notes and attachments you want to add to this, or else not, and new custom tab wizard after saving the custom object. So when you just click on this, that means you are telling automatically to create a tab for the corresponding object. So successfully we have created one object called uh, DCU student. Okay, so that you can see in the object manager as well. So here you can type quick find the one which you have created. See, you can see here, right? This is the object already we have created because it's a custom object. It is showing you underscore C. So this object, I want to add it to my application. So how you will do that? So that we can do it like this. We can create, go to 9 dots. You can open our application, or you can duplicate the page as well. So you can open the application and see in the tabs that object is available or not. Okay, so here in the tabs, click on the tabs whatever you have, and in add more items, all you search for. I have already created one for DCU. Okay, this for the student. You couldn't find that, so just to be make it very sure. DCU. Why you couldn't find this? Because already we have created the object, but we didn't create the tab for it. So when you add the tab for that object, then we can find the corresponding tab here. So how you can create a tab? That you can do whatever you do, always we can do through the setup. So here, when you say here setup, and because I'm telling you to create one tab, so just you type here the tab, and see here you can see tabs. You can click on the tabs, and here because you want to create one new tab, right? So here you say new, and for which object you want this tab for. So the object is for see for which object, see for this one, right? DCU student, right? This it doesn't matter, you can take you can take anything respective corresponding thing, that's fine. And you can say in the tab that yeah, this tab is going to be created for the so and so object. You can give a description and you can say next. So this you will understand when you know about the rules. These are profiles and all things that will be covered in a data security. So meanwhile, default we have the option, means for every login of a corresponding user based on the profile, we are saying that include tab means these are all the applications we are giving the tab for. No, I don't want this tab to be included. I only want for the one which application. See, for this only I want the tab to be here. What it is written, include tab. I want here to be added to this application. Okay, and you save it. That means you have created a tab. You have added the tab to the you have assigned one object, and that tab we are focusing here. So now you open here the university application, and you see here we have just clicked that include tab, right? So that's why when you check that include tab, so you can see here that the tab is already added to this. If you don't want to, then you can take it out from here, or you can just add the tab and later we can add it from here as well. And even you can just move ahead like this to to align for. Okay, so DCU, this is the student object we have created. And what field means what you have for the corresponding object. We have only one field which is called the student name. Remember when I'm creating the object, I have given student name, right? So this is the student name. Okay. And this is the admin who is creating it, because I was given by default admin as a user, and I'm creating the student name. So this how think that for this university, this use students list. So here for the so and so student, like probably one of a student is joined, and we are going to save it. So this how successfully we have created the application. We have created the corresponding data for that object. So you can see here, this is the student list will go on for the corresponding city, the Dublin City University. But you know what? When you create the object, when you these are all we will say as a fields. Okay, so when you click on this link, we can edit this as well. We can edit this. Okay, we can edit this as well, and we can save that record. This how the multiple records we can enter the data into the corresponding object. So this is the list, and if you want to create a new object as well, you can create something like this. Okay, and you can successfully, we have created the list of students in an object in an application. So this goes like this. So after you create the object, this is the system object. Sorry, this is a custom object, right? Standard is something already we have. See, suppose this is the standard object, because it's a standard already. Salesforce probably may have given you some random data, test data already created for you guys to practice upon. So this is a standard already created. But as per my requirements, I want one student object. So this how I have created. And what, like if you have, yeah, I have a student, but name itself doesn't meet my requirements, right? Yeah, I have a student name, but what about his marks? What about his whatever the which stream he belongs, or what is the teacher applied to him, what is the corresponding teacher lecturer given to him. These are details that we needed, right? Only no name won't be sufficient. So in that case, then we have a certain fields to be created on the corresponding object, so that we see in the next coming class. So guys, you have to practice creating the application, creating the objects, and this how in real time it goes. This is a practice way of learning from scratch, as we do the same in our real time project. And if you want to have, like already we have custom objects, we have standard objects created, and yes, we want to see the, like exactly what is a pattern, means how they are existing in the org. Those are things, if you want to see it, you can click on the setup, and you can just click on schema builder. Schema builder is a tool, we can say, wherein it will show you all the corresponding objects relationship. So relationships, yes, definitely we'll be covering in the coming classes. But right now, what you can see, you can just clear everything and see whether your the object is created, the one which you have created. That is, I think, GCU students. Yeah. So you check whether you have that object. See this one. That. So this is the object we have, right? So all only existing one single object doesn't work. Actually, we should have a relationship. Yes, these all will be covered in next class. So right now this is the object, but as per the standard already created for us, like example, if you just click on, if you click on account, this is similar to a company name. See, account is a company name. By default, it has all the standard values, fields already created for it. You can double click on it to zoom it and see whether, or here we have some graph as well, some plus and minus signs. You just check for it and you try to maximize it and go through it exactly for account what are the fields you have. Like this, what is the relationship for account and contact is something like the phone number, we can say. So what is the relationship that you can simply take the contact? See, you can see here when you just see here, you can see how the contact and the accounts are linked. So this is the relationship what they have that is written. It is a lookup relationship. That, yeah, no worries. We can just cover that in coming next class, I suppose, because these are only objects creations. Next comes the object relationships that we see. Okay. So yeah, don't forget to please share, subscribe, and see you in next class. So just see here whether how we can maximize. I think we have some plus or minus. I can somewhere here. See, I think, yeah, this one, I suppose. So just to get the relationship clarity, you can minimize it. You can just keep hold this here. And this also here. Somewhere you need to get understanding about exactly what is the relationship they have. That you can see from here. So that's it, guys, from today's video.